Welcome in our class again, grade 8. So now let's start our topic for today. But before that, let's have the motivations or let's play a game. This is called the picked word or guess the word from the pictures. So this is examples. So you have to combine this and that's a hair and fall. That means hurtful. Now, are you ready for the next one? Alright, so this is a fact. Next are. So what's that? Factor. Next, first picture shows what? And next picture is common. Separate the common. First picture is simple. Simplifying. The last one is first picture, algebraic, and some expressions, facial expressions. Rational algebra expressions. Alright, so now we're done with these games. Now let's go to the next one. This is our module for the day, the quarter 1 module 4. It's all about simplifying rational algebra expressions. Now, we have to expect this module that after going through this module, we can identify if the given algebra expression is in simplest form. Express rational algebra expression in simplest form. And lastly, appreciate the application of rational algebra expressions in real-life situations. Now, let's recall the polynomial, right? Join myquiz.com. You have to enter the code again and then just a recalling. So how to factor the polynomial. You have to enter the code and then so start with this. Wow, having background music. So I am the factor of x squared negative 4. So our answer here is that one. Then number 2 questions. So there you can see the little board there, scores. I am the factor of x squared negative 9. You have to choose your factor there. I am the factor of x squared plus 4x plus 3. And that's the answer. The next 4 questions. I am the factor of x squared plus x negative 6. And lastly, the factor of 15a and 12a squared b plus 2a. That's it. Let's do the activity before we start our topic for today. So this is you're going to find my partner by factor each of given, then answer the questions above. Who is my partner? And these are the first questions. X squared plus x negative 6. So the factor here is what? Alright, so that's quantity x plus 3, quantity x minus 2. And that's a letter P. For the second question, we have x squared negative 9. And that is quantity x plus 3, quantity x minus 3. That's a factor. Next, number 3, we have x squared plus 4x plus 3. The factor here is quantity x plus 3, quantity x plus 1. Number 4, x squared negative 3x negative 4. The factor here is quantity x minus 4, quantity x plus 1. Now, as you can see here, we have the same factor in number 1 and number 2, and that is x plus 3. For number 3 and 4 also, we have the same factor, and that is quantity x plus 1. Now, let's answer the questions above. Who is my partner? So, let's write this P-U-M-E, and that is called a Puma. I have here the questions. The first one is, what did you use to identify the factors of the given polynomials? Of course, we use the types of polynomials, if that is a general trinomial or a perfect square. In number 1, that is a general trinomial. Number 2, that's a difference of two squares. 3 and 4 is both general trinomial. All of these I use factoring. Number 2 questions, if you are going to write the remaining factors in rational expressions, are these rational expressions in simplest form? Why or why not? Yes, this is a simplest form because the remaining factors has no same factors, and that same factors can be written in 1. That is when we divide. Now let's have the steps on simplifying rational expression. The first one, factor completely the numerator and denominator. Second, separate and divide out common factors if there is or any. 3, multiply the remaining factors. Examples, write your rational expression in simplest form. Example number 1. 28x cubed over 7x raised to the 4th power. So as first step, we have to factor completely the numerator and denominator. And our factor in 28x cubed is 4, quantity 7x cubed. And also denominator, we have x, quantity 7x cubed. So take note, this is the same factor. So let's do next step. Separate and divide out common factors. So we're going to separate it. Just write this multiplications. 4 over x, and this is the common factors. Now let's multiply the remaining factors. So we have 4 over x and times, this is 7x cubed over 7x cubed. When you divide this one, it's equivalent to 1. And then when you multiply this, we have the final answer, which is 4 over x. The next one is 3x negative 12 over 5x negative 20. So this is a common monomial factor. Now let's factor. So this is 3 quantity x minus 4 over 5 quantity x minus 4. So this 3 is the GCF, and also 5 is the GCF from this one. And 3 is GCF from this equation. Now, second step, we have to separate and divide out common factors. We have 3 over 5 and x minus 4. So this is a common factors. Now, let's multiply the remaining factors by copy first the 3 over 5. And here, this is same or a common factors, which is equivalent to 1 times 1. So therefore, our answer here is 3 over 5. Number 3, x squared plus xy plus y squared over x cubed negative y cubed. Now, as you can see, the middle term here is there's no 2. So it means this equation cannot be factored. So you have to copy. And then the x cubed negative y cubed, this is a difference of 2 cubes. So let's factor. So as you can see, this one is same. So let's do the step 2. Separate and divide out common factors. and just copy this. Okay, just put or just write a 1 in numerator, then over quantity x minus y, and then copy, and then this one it becomes 1, and let's multiply, and this is the final answer. Number 4, pq plus qq over p squared negative q squared. Now, so this is the equation of sum of two cubes, and this is the difference of two squares. So let's factor first. So we have the factor for this one, and in denominator this is the factor. Now as you can see, we have the same here, so just do the step to separate and divide out common factors. So this is a common, and now here we'll just copy. Now here the common becomes 1, and this is just copy, then let's multiply, and that's the final answer. Let's try this, and let's do this. Let's have to practice one. First one is x minus y over y minus x. So what is your observation first? So this is x comes first here, y comes first. So we have to just make sure that it's alphabetical. So let's fix it first. So this one becomes negative quantity x minus y. Why does it happen? We just alphabet, just arrange it. And then as you can see, we have the same here. Then let's do the step 2. Write a 1 over negative 1 just because we have the negative here. And this we have 1 here. Then times, copy the quantity x minus y, quantity x minus y. So this is the same. Now let's multiply the step 3. 1 over negative 1 is negative 1, and this one becomes 1. So it's negative 1 times 1 is also a negative 1. So this is a final answer. Let's try the number 2. 3x negative 9 over 12 minus 4x. So let's factor first, then over 4 quantity 3 minus x. So what is your observations here? So as you can see, this denominator is not in alphabetical one. So it's not arranged. Let's arrange first. So we have a 3 over 4, then times, it becomes this. Quantity x minus 3 over negative quantity x minus 3. And then, copy, then let's do the step number 3. Then, write negative 1. Why is it negative 1? Because we have negative here, and this is same, so that's 1. And we have negative. Then multiply, that's negative 3/4. Number 3, x squared plus 5x negative 14 over 4 minus x squared. So let's arrange first the denominator, and then let's do the factoring. So the factor of this is this one, and here the factor also here is quantity x plus 2 quantity x minus 2. Then we have the same here. Let's do the step 2, which is separate and divide out the common factors. Then multiply this. This is the common factors. Copy, then multiply to 1. And you have to multiply this to get the final answer. And that's our final answer. Now, do you have any question? Alright, if there's no question, so let's go see quiz time. I would like you to show you the number 1, and then please open your com, or you can show your solutions in the chat box. Send me a picture. So let's see. The first one is 2x plus 4 over x plus 2. So let's see if you have this answer. So I give you a second to do this. Alright, so let's see. So we have to factor first the 2x plus 4. And this one cannot be factored because it is written in simplest form. So let's write the 2 quantity x plus 2. That's the factor from this one over x plus 2. And then let's do the step 2. 2 over 1. Why is there a 1 here? Because we have the 1 here. In denominator, then multiply to these common factors, which is x plus 2. Then let's do the step 3. 2 over 1 times 1. So let's multiply the 2 over 1 times 1. We have 2 over 1. And let's make it as simplest form. The final answer here is 2. Next, number 2. So I give you again another second to answer this. Alright, so let's do this number 2. This is a general trinomial, and also this one. So let's find the factor. And in denominator also. Now let's do the step 2. We have to separate and divide out the common factors. So here is the common factors and multiply to x plus 2 over x minus 2. Then this is 1 times copy and then multiply. The answer here is quantity x plus 2 over quantity x minus 2. Alright, so that's the end of our quiz. Great job! So you're done with your quiz, and next, see you next meeting, grade 8.